to the Dr. Crip Show. I'm your host, Dr. Crip. Thank you for tuning in, sharing, liking, subscribing, and all that. Today, I got a caller calling in. The penitentiary been on my head. They send me shots out, all kind of stuff. They stay getting at me, so I decided to let them call in today. So uh, it's a couple of them gonna call in. I don't know who gonna call, but I told them go ahead, call, man. And I'll let y'all get y'all airtime in. So we just waiting on them to call right now. They should be calling any minute right now. So as soon as they call, we on. It's Dr. Crip. But the thing of it is with them is that I'm glad they tuning in because they realizing what they sickness in. You really sitting in jail for nothing. Something that is an illusion, something that is not real, something does not exist. You gave your life to it for nothing. You don't get nothing in return, which is what people not going to tell you in game banging. You don't get nothing in return. Man, tell me, I will wait. All these G homies getting on there. You got G homies older than me getting on, they got podcasters and everything. Not one of them is saying, man, it's over. They might be giving you some good advice while you in your it's over. End it. Say, man, that what they need to say is that, man, if I am a creator or a producer of this, what is called Crip, man, I apologize. I take everything I ever said, anything I ever did. Why would you try? How do you really think that you're going to heaven? And when you say I don't give a fuck about going to heaven, then that's what it is. You go stand on that side, homie. Because in this afterlife, I'm going somewhere else. I ain't trying to stand over there. And while I'm here on this earth, I'm going to do something that's green. That means positive. Green is positive. You feel me? So don't be fooled by, the G homies up there going to take care of me, this and that. Man, it's more cutthroat anywhere you go, on the streets or in prison, county jail, YA. All of it's cutthroat that you don't want to be a part of. Man, if I had minds to do it, yes, I would. Hell yeah, I would change a whole lot. I don't care how much money I got or what I got. Man, I'm changing all this, homie. I want to go to school. I want to go to college. I don't care if I go to college and I do whatever. All I want is the knowledge that y'all got to give me so I could flip it on y'all with one of these apps. Like I see these young dudes. Man, come on, man. Yeah, creating apps and all this other stuff for future. If I knew 10, 15 years ago that apps was going to be created in this day economy, man, I would have took me a coding class. I would have done something better than join the fucking 9-0s. What? Low bucket, dysfunctional ass gang in South Central? Never would I ever would have been a part of that. Never. Changed my whole life completely. Hell yeah, I regret ever in life joining a gang, especially that gang. Do something different. Man, what is the thirst with the streets that you got to have the streets? That the streets need to validate you. Who put that on us? Once again, probably some white people made us think that the streets is something that we got to have. Nah, man, we ain't got to have none of that. You don't need to be a part of the streets to be validated, to be considered, I'm straight, I'm hood, I'm good, I'm G out here. Man, knock that off. I graduated from high school, elementary school, junior high. Now, at least I could have went and served in the service or something. I got 3 other homies that went to the service and their life is straight. I ain't even do that. I could have went to the service. Man, all I did was 9-0 and look what it got me. 6 shots is my 401k. You dummy. What are you doing? You big dummy. Come on, man. Well, they were supposed to call. I don't know if they're going to call or not, but we waiting on them to call. So until we wait, I'm going to tell you G.A.M.D, gang addiction mental disorder. They know about it. They like, man, that is real. I should have never, ever been a part. You feel me? Never should I have been a part of this. Always had something to do. Go learn some extra something to learn. Man, ain't nothing gonna come easy. You're gonna have to work for it. Even in gang violence, guess what? You want to be the one, you're gonna have to work for it. Guess what? You gotta do a lot of more robbing, killing of your homie. You gotta do some more betraying of your homies. You gotta do some more getting the people to call the police on you in the community that hate you. You got to do a whole lot. You got to do a lot more of that if you want to be number one, baby. Yeah. You got to, what they say, you ain't got enough bodies for me. Yeah. Where you think their bodies coming from? It ain't the enemies. Ain't the enemies. Guess who is the quickest to kill? Your own homie. Fastest, easiest. Guess who's easiest to rob? Your own homie. Remember that when you say, man, I want to get put on. Man, can y'all put me on? I want to be from 9-0. Don't you live in Watts? What are you way over here for, man? People need to stop that. Knock it off, man. Don't put nobody else on no gang, man. Please do not do it. Oh, the phone call. Here we go. Hold on.
Lancaster, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hello?
Hello? What it do, brother?
This is Dr. Crip.
Yeah, this is Dr. Crip, man. This is the guy. How you doing, man? How you treating your sickness?
This shit, listen, I'll be wrong if I said I wasn't all right. The good Lord bless me with another day. But I'm doing all right with it.
Exactly.
But I was calling because somebody actually gave me your number. I've never called your line before until now.
Okay.
Somebody gave me your number, suggested I should call you because they said you've been around some of the same corners that we have, and I just wanted to touch bases with somebody that was familiar with my situation.
Exactly. That's real. Yeah. So won't you do me a favor? Tell the people your name and where you calling from and what you in jail for.
Well, as the service said in recordings, my government name is Marcus Robinson, but I'm also known as Miles from Athens Park.
Okay.
I don't want to say Bloods because this is my sickness.
That's part of the sickness.
You know what I mean? But I'm always be from where I'm from. That's my tribe. That's my band too.
Can't change it.
Always be from there.
Can't change it.
But yeah. So I'm calling you from Lancaster State Prison. I'm doing 23 years for carjacking.
Okay.
Yeah. But besides that, the reason why I wanted to call you, Dr. Crip, is because, like I say, I needed to talk to somebody who has been down some of the same roads I have, been through some of the same situations, and that is familiar with my situation.
Yeah.
I don't want to just talk to some therapist that has not been through some of the same things I had. It's just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can tell somebody something that's not on your same page. They fool around and write a book about your life. You never even know it.
And you never get on. And that's part of the sickness, man, letting other people come in and culture vulture you, whether they black or white. You feel me? Culture vultures exist. They take your sickness and use it for gain, for their personal gain. However it may be, a podcast, a TV show, or anything. So all that's part of your sickness, man. But I want to hear some of the stuff that led you to where you at right now. You ain't got to talk about per se the case, but just tell me some of the stuff that when you was in your sickness, when it was bad. See, people don't understand. Like when I tell you, say, look, man, that's when I was really doing bad. I was in my sickness. I ain't taking my medicine. You know how it is. You don't take your medicine. You know how it is when your granny don't take her medicine. Her feet swell. Her blood pressure get high and she doing bad. She got to keep going back and forth to the hospital. Well, in gang banking, that is when, oh, you doping your homie because he was trying to holler at a girl that you like. You feel me? Uh, you plotted on trying to do something to one of your homies because he wasn't sharing the wealth. You feel me? You tried to holler at one of your homie girls because he was in jail. Anything like that that led to your sickness that it was bad and it got me here to where I'm at. That's where the Dr. Crip show is about. We need to hear that so we can heal you from that to where you at, because you're doing a good job of managing your sickness where you at, because you trying to do everything you can to come home. So you're gonna have to manage your sickness the best as possible, because you got to bring them points down.
Yeah. Well, it's obvious. It's obvious my people told you a little bit about me. As far as you saying, I'm dealing with my situation pretty well. I've come a long way. I've been down 19 years on this one.
Yeah.
But what started me, this whole road to, man, it's like this. It was like a self-defeating pattern of nothingness, man. I'm telling you, it's crazy, right? It's like when I first started coming outside, if you will. It's like I had this urge, this thirst,
Yeah,
this burning desire to be around people that was my age. But before I actually got out there, I had 3 uncles that was already delinquent juveniles, and they was running the streets, and they was a little, I was born in 1970, but by the time I got to the age where I can understand what was going on around me, like I say, they were already out there running the streets, drinking wine, smoking pot, and all of that. And so this was like an inherited role for me. But like I said, I wanted to be around people my age. And so when I did get out there in the streets and start running around with guys my age, they was doing the same shit my uncles was doing. So like I say, it was an inherited role for me, but I never really had a chance to figure out what I wanted to do in life. It's just like I picked up what was presented to me.
Yeah.
And my grandfather, God rest his soul, I wish he would have been more vocal.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
When I was a kid, I wish he would have been a lot more vocal in my life. But he was more of a disciplinarian and a provider than anything. So like I said, I had to play the hand that was dealt for me. I'm following some bullshit.
Yeah.
So when I got older, it's crazy, right? It's because, when I, in my second year of high school, it's like I was straddling the fence. Like I really was doing well academically. I had aspirations of even going to college, but I was still fucking around with the homies.
Yeah.
And it threw a monkey wrench in my whole program. But this is because, like I say, I didn't give myself a chance to figure out what I really wanted to do and then stay in that.
Yeah.
I just, I had too much negative influence.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's part of, and that's part of the G.A.M.D, the gang addiction mental disorder. That's part of it. See, when you get addicted to it, it's an addiction that it's a thrilling addiction. And if you're a child, you don't understand why you so obsessed with it, because your brain haven't fully developed yet. So you attracted to that. You feel me? And the only way to break that attraction, like you said, is if your grandfather, instead of just being more vocal, was more hands-on too. You feel me? And that's the only way that you can break that gang addiction, is to have a family structure. You feel me? It don't sound like your family was dysfunctional, because you got a lot of love. But if you don't have that support, you feel me? It plays a very big role. You need somebody to tell you, hey man, I don't care what you do. You would never in life be a blood on my watch. I'm gonna be dead. You feel me? And then as you get older, you start to understand that and say, I understand what this guy, what this lady was talking about in my life, my auntie, my uncle, my brother, my cousin, whoever it is. See, once you get that strong role model, that's what you need. And it's a life or death situation in South Central. It ain't just talking, it's physical and all that. You feel me? Because you might have to get dirty with this dude. Like, man, like I remember a long time ago, and I was in the early 90s. One of my homie mamas pulled up, and she literally started fighting with the homie out there, like, you not finna throw your life away on Western Avenue. You feel me? But I understand now. And guess what? After about a year or so of her doing that, when he finally come over there, he gave it up. And guess what? I heard to this day that he's somewhere with his own company and everything. So it pays off. But
Call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
tell me some more about when you was a child and some of the good stuff that you was doing, but the streets kept calling you.
Well, like I say, I guess you would call them my peers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We did a lot of journeying around the surrounding neighborhoods. But like I told you, I'm from Athens Park, and when I was born in 1970, by the time I got to the age where I can understand what was going on around me, back then, 75, 76, as a kid, I remember going to the park, and like I mentioned about those surrounding areas, now, it's a lot of different neighborhoods. From the 11 age, the Millers, the West Sides, the Fives, the Lanes, the Shotguns, all that's payback right there. But anyway, all of those surrounding neighbors, the Raymonds, all that, they used to go to the park, and we wasn't thinking about it in terms of gangs back then. It was just like, it was more black orientated than anything. Everybody was out there chilling. Niggas playing congos and wearing dashikis and all of that old type. It was like much more love, black love, and appreciation than anything.
So that makes you think like, where did the red and the blue come in at? Like, what made it happen?
Well, I wish I could tell you, but I don't know. I just knew I grew up in that shit, you know what I mean? Like I said, it was like an inherited role for me. Like, I was born into this shit, and it's something that I didn't want to be involved in.
Yeah.
Because like I was just trying to tell you that we used to journey around all of these surrounding neighborhoods, and we was able to go fuck around with all kind of different people.
Yeah.
Until later on, and maybe mid 80s and shit, when gangs really start popping up and shit. niggas was on some blood and Crip shit. We couldn't do that no more. Then it was like more like on some kind of safari now, you know what I mean? Going out there in the jungle, wild animals and shit now. Niggas are strapped, shooting and fighting and all kind of shit now, where before we was able to walk around free.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, man, it's just, and let me say this real quick, because like I was talking to my people and they suggested I should call you. I've wasted, man, listen, I just turned 53, bro. On the 20th of October just passed.
Still a young man.
19 years on this one. And I wasted a lot of time.
Yeah.
I wasted a lot of this is actually my 5th time in prison because of my sickness, like you say.
Yeah.
I've been representing something that I knew in my heart of hearts meant me no good. But I still followed that bullshit. And it's crazy because I represented something that it's like I was somebody just told me this the other day, bro. Give me a second. How can I be loyal to something that isn't loyal to me? You know, you hear all these cliches like there's no honor amongst thieves and all of this old shit. I wish I would have took heed to some of this shit I used to hear when I was coming up, because this shit wasn't loyal to me like I thought it was.
Yeah.
Like when I first went to the county jail on my first case, bro, I swear, look, I went to the blood module. Everybody said, go to the blood module. 4300, 1988. You know?
You have 60 seconds remaining.
So I'm going to have to call you back because I want to share this story with you.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
Listen, 1988. I'm going to call you right back.
Okay. Do that, brother. Yeah, this is the Dr. Crip show, man. And that brother is letting you know what time it is with him and his homie. He said he did 19 years and he's 53 and he ain't got nothing to show for it. He ain't got nothing to show for it. But he suffered from G.A.M.D. because guess what? A lot of people, uncles, brothers, all this stuff, inherited, started this Crip stuff. Now, imagine you, whoever you are, and you saying, man, I'm part of the round table that started the Crips. Okay. How much money do you got? How much wealth do you got? What did you get out of that? Do you own some property out here? Can you donate something back to stop gang banging? Or do you have just, yeah, I started, yeah, my name is Big, I'm Big such and such. Yeah, I'm one of the first Crips in Los Angeles. The Crips started in 1969. It was me, such and such. And, I was about 18, 19. And this is Crip. Hold on.
This is Global Tel Link. You have a prepaid call from
Marcus Robinson.
an inmate at the California State Prison, Los Angeles County, Lancaster, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Crip, this Miles from Athens calling back.
Go ahead, brother. Finish the story. It's 1988.
Yeah, so before I get back to that, I want to tell you, I'm gonna answer your question about what I was going through as a kid.
Yeah,
that caused me to get involved in that. But anyway, so 1988. I'm banged out, and my first case was actually my last year of high school. I was getting ready to graduate high school, and I did some. I don't want to go into detail about my case, but I went to jail and straight to 4300. I didn't try to go on the main line. I went where I thought all the homies is a blood module. You hear blood, that's where I'm supposed to be. And I get up in there, and you would think because of this is a blood module, you would have all the camaraderie in the world. But unfortunately, it wasn't like that, bro. It was like total opposite of what I thought it was going to be. Like I had this preconceived notion about being in the blood module, like it was like all love in here. But there were situations where, you know, you had other blood gangs in there whose numbers was more than other neighborhoods, and niggas was in there, etc. Robbing niggas and all kind of shit, you know what I mean? That didn't happen to me. Although I did, I remember one time some swines rushed me one day after we got into it and shit, you know what I mean? But I spent my whole 11 months fighting my case, and I never loaded up none of that shit. I stayed in that motherfucker, you know what I mean? It was just like part of the process, if you will, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was always told to stand my ground, and this is one of the rules that you never snitch on nobody, you never tear them down no fades and none of that shit.
Exactly.
You know, all of this type of shit. But so like I said about this preconceived notion that I had about being in a blood module where it was supposed to be camaraderie, it wasn't like that. And so fast forward to now, you have more, you know, before like more like I don't want to say interracial, but it's more, you have Bloods that's clicked up with Crips, and Crips clicked up with Bloods. It's crazy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was bullshit. It was bullshit in the beginning. This gang shit, this black on black gang shit was bullshit in the beginning. But now it's like, it's crazy. You don't know what the hell is going on.
You don't know and then the thing of it is that the Crips and Bloods that's clicking up together, not all of them are even solid. You got some of them that's foul.
Your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
You got some of them
you have a lot of
that's foul. I said the Bloods and Crips that's kicking up now, not all of them are solid. Some of them are foul. You know, you a snitch. Y'all, you know, y'all breaking into houses. Y'all doing everything.
I never thought about it like that.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the reasons why niggas are doing that. Like,
yeah.
You know,
They hide behind, oh, it's about money, big homie. You feel me? Oh, okay, I understand that. That's your partner. He from BSV or, you know, Pueblos or, you know, VNG. Okay, I don't have a problem with that. But don't say that this is about money and you got problems with your own homies. You feel me? And you won't come address those issues. But because you make a lot of money doing what you do, you hiding behind that. You feel me? And all it's doing is building up anger by the people that you're not helping, and you're not obligated to help nobody. Ain't no gang member obligated to help nobody. But do you know how much fun it would be if you was super balling like that and you say, listen, man, I'm finna open up something for the homies and this finna be for everybody. You feel me? People don't think like that no more. It's nothing like that, homie. And that's part of the sickness. That's why the sickness need to end. You know, gangs really don't need to it don't really need to be no more gang members. There don't need to be no more Bloods. There don't need to be no more Crips, period. You know, and they all lie about, oh, we got constitutions, paperwork. Now, of course, we know the Bloods got paperwork, but it's prison paperwork. You don't want to have to go to prison to get paperwork. Why you can't get it on the street if it's structured? You feel me? Hey man, listen, we're gonna keep buying buildings, we're gonna keep buying property, we're gonna keep doing this. tell me 10 blood sets, 10 Crip sets that all of them got more than three businesses in their hood and they operating at a high level. You ain't gonna be able to do that. Now you can probably tell me one or two from each side, but you ain't gonna be able to tell me 10 because it's not like that, It's not like that at all.
I hate to think back to this, or say, we have this slave mentality. I was reading this book about Willie Lynch and how he used to teach his slave owners not to teach the niggas the language. The language is something that we can use it speak in terms of law. There's a lot of people in here because they don't know law are in here and have illegal sentences because they don't know the language or the law to petition for relief. It's something that it's crazy how black people or black men, especially in prison, we don't really want to take the initiative to try to remedy our own situations. And this is another reason why I'm calling, because I feel like I suffer from depression a little bit because I never really, what is the word I want to use? Forgiven myself for the disservice that I did to myself. Not fucking around with people that I knew meant me no good, doing the wrong things. I grew up in the church as a kid. I was raised by both my grandmothers. Although my mother had me when she was young, I had both my grandmothers and grandfathers that were in my life.
Yeah.
My grandmothers were the ones that really, they were always giving me game. And, I just, it's crazy how, we are given all the tools we need to be good, upstanding people later on in life.
Yeah.
Take heed to it, and we end up doing some bullshit. It's like liking the things that are bad for us and hating the things that are good. It's just crazy. So this is like, it makes me, again, thinking about this fucking slave mentality where we don't want to help each other. We stay fucking over ourselves for some strange reason, And again, about what I just said about not forgiving myself, I feel like because I haven't forgiven myself, I haven't really taken responsibility for my actions because it plays out in the relationships that I have.
I want you to do this. Hey, Mouse, I want you to do this before anything else happens. I want you to once again say your name, give your address where people can write you, because with that depression, I want people to be able to send you something about depression. You feel me? To cheer you up. We don't need you depressed in there. We know you're dealing with a lot already. So go ahead and just give your information, because I want people to hear it, because I'm going to repeat it again after you hang up. So give it to them one time, your CDC number and everything.
My government name is Marcus Robinson. My number is F as in Frank 15745. Let me see. Hold on for a second. My address is P.O. Box 4430, Lancaster, California, 93539.
Okay, one more time.
So, Marcus Robinson, F15745, P.O. Box 4430, Lancaster, California, 93539.
Okay.
I'm specifically on A Yard, 2 building, cell 101. So listen, I try to be honest with myself and sharing this with my depression. I never really told anybody this, although I've been diagnosed with depression. I want to be a clinical psychologist, you know what I mean? But yeah, so the reason why I feel like that is because I always think about my family, and I feel like I let them down because I'm not out there. I'm like the oldest grandchild on both sides of my family, and I'm not out there to support them. I know when I was younger, when we was running around out there in the streets as a young man in my early teens, how we used to treat girls. So I have two daughters of my own now. They grown now, but I can just imagine some of the stuff that they going through.
Yeah.
Like the girls that we used to mess with when I was their age, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just them. I have other family members too that, you know what I mean, I'm not out there to support. And I talk to all my family, most of them, on a regular, and hear some of the things they're going through, and it really saddens me that I'm not out there to support them. It's just something that I deal with. But anyway, so again, like I said, I know my people probably told you a little bit about
Yeah.
some of the things. Let me share this with you. When I first hit the yard in 2006, they took me to New Falls in 2006, and when I got there, I was like 35 years old. Before I caught this case, I had already been out there. I discharged my last one was September 27, 1997, and I've been out on the streets almost a decade before I was arrested for this case in 2004, end of 2004. But when I got to the pen, when I actually got to the pen, I was going to start doing my time, and I had already had my mind made up about gang shit, you know what I mean? Like I say, I'm always be where I'm from, you know what I mean? But when it comes to like black on black crime and blood and crip, that type of shit, you know, the situation from the blood module left a bad taste in my mouth. So if I say, look, if I can't get along with my own homies, what does that say about being a gang member? You know what I mean? So anyway, when I got to the pen, I told the homies, I said, look, man, you know what I mean? I done did enough of this shit, and don't involve me in none of that. However y'all want to play this shit, you know what I mean? We'll get it out the way now, but you know what I mean? I'm cool on that shit, man, because I feel like not only is my own blood sacred to me, another black.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Exactly.
Another black man's blood is sacred to me now. This is how I feel about this shit.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Getting into it with another black man behind a fucking color, and we both bleed red, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just didn't make any sense. I don't even know where that shit came from, how we ended up getting into it with each other over a color when the generations before was all about blackness. I just don't know how we.
Well, the white man has something to do with that. We know that. We figure slavery, the white man has something to do with that, but I'm glad you called, Mouse. I hope you can deal with your depression a little bit better. We're going to be praying for you about that part, brother. And I'm thanking you for calling in, man. You did a wonderful job, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you too, Dr. Crip, man. If I can, man, I'll probably give you a call back later on sometime this week or something, probably next weekend or something.
No problem, brother.
Nope. We can put our heads together.
Yeah, man, that was Mouse right there, man. You feel me? Anthony's Park, 19 years, 53. You be tuning in to the Dr. Crip show, man. Getting the bar of this, trying to end the sickness, man, you know? So, yeah, if you want to end up 19 years, 53, keep on. They got a number for you. You feel me? You're going to end up there, too. Keep it up. Don't worry about it. You will be there. You know, you will be there because they letting them out and they want you. They want you in there. The school, the prison pipeline and all that is real, man. That is real. If you don't think that's real, you need to get a taste of something, man. You know, go get the book G.A.M.D, man. Find out what you're suffering from. Gang addiction mental disorder. You feel me? This is the Dr. Crip Show. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you too, Mouse, for tuning in with that wisdom, brother. God, God, peace and blessings to you, bro, and hope you get better with the rest of everybody else in there. Because the penitentiary is gonna play a part in this. Believe that. Sooner or later, they ain't gonna get mad, start stabbing y'all when y'all come up in there for shooting black people. It's coming. Don't worry about it. This is the Dr. Crip Show. Thank you.